Every week in the month of December, I'm gonna share my top picks from my favorite genres with you. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go ahead and do it. I read way more historical fiction this year than I ever thought I would, but that means that I kind of got a feel for the genre and I have totally picked out my top 3. First up is Goodnight from London by Jennifer Robeson. Well, alright, it looks like a romance cover, and I'm not gonna lie to you, there's some romance in there. But it's not so romancy that it's like annoying. In fact, the romance kind of like takes a back burner to the epicness that is the story of an American journalist named Ruby. She travels to the UK to report on World War II. It's all the rubble and just terribleness that was World War II. She sort of finds a new family, comes into her own, and, you know, falls a little bit in love. But the love aspect isn't annoying at all. In fact, you wait so long for it to happen that by the time it finally does, you are so happy. Goodnight from London is one of the only books this year that I gave a full 5 out of 5 star rating to. I just don't do that. It's fluid, beautifully written without ever being overbearing, and has the perfect balance of character development and action. The pages kept turning, but I never wanted it to end. Totally deserving of the top spot on my best historical fiction list, obviously. My second pick tackles a crazy chapter of US history that, to be honest, I didn't even know existed. Basically, a woman in the 1930s and 40s named Georgia Tann kidnapped children, gave them false identities, and then essentially sold them through an adoption service where she charged exorbitant fees, and she got away with it for years. She was nationally recognized, and even celebrities used her service. It's some crazy stuff. Lisa Wingate is an experienced author, and she handles such a difficult subject with a lot of grace. The book follows the experience of a child in that timeline and how it might have affected their family not only then, but generations later. It's really well done. I can't believe I'd never heard of it before, and it honestly horrified me. Google Georgia Tann and your face will be like, because it's that crazy. My third pick is going a little bit further back there in history, and it is called The Witchfinder Sister by Beth Underdown. It's actually based on a real guy. He was so well known for witch hunting that they actually called him the Witchfinder General. Pretty sure he was the guy who came up with that whole water test, like if she drowns, she's innocent. Which I have to say, the logic on that is flawless. As the title suggests, this book follows the narrative of his sister, witness to the craziness that ensues once he gets known for finding witches, quotation marks. More than anything, it got me thinking about just how far we've come with women's rights. I mean, back in the day, you couldn't even walk down the street and look at somebody the wrong way. And if you do, you're basically a witch. And that's how you know, and you might be drowned. I don't know, I couldn't guarantee it either way. Historical fiction always puts things in perspective, whether they feel cozy and happy like some of the books of Barbara Taylor Bradford, or they feel dark and handle some of the chapters of our history we don't really like to think about. Either way, they're bound to get you thinking. That's it, those are my 3 picks for the best historical fiction in all of 2017. Hope you enjoyed it, and definitely tune in next week where I will share the best mystery thrillers of the year.